What's up guys, Collin from Built2Wander. Behind me is my favorite Gladiator of all time, the Blaze JT from Matt Thompson down at 3D Off-Road. This Jeep has gone all over the place with us. We've done a ton of different off-roading trips and it's an absolute beast on the trail. But now it's even better because over the past year, Matt has made 5 major upgrades to this truck and we want to highlight those today. Before we get started, do me a quick favor, like this video, subscribe to the Driving Line channel. Let's get after it.
What's up guys, Matt Thompson from 3D Off-Road. Guys, I've got my Gladiator Blaze JT here behind me. Like Collin said, we've done some pretty major changes over the last year, and one of them is kind of hidden behind us. And, most of you know we're an AMW dealer, and guys, I put a 426 HEMI in this with the 8-speed, and you guys, I can't even begin to tell you how happy I am with this motor. Most people just end up doing the 6.4. I had to go one stage above and try this 426, and I have just been so happy with this thing. It has all the power I need. It'll pull my little camper if I need to. On the trails, it is effortless. It has so much torque to this motor, which leads to one of the other upgrades that we've done to this. And so, but this motor package has been optimal. It doesn't overheat. I've had it in 100-degree temperatures. I absolutely love this truck with this motor in it. And, I think it's great that we are able to do these now and just make it just so sick.
Yeah, so this thing has how much horsepower?
All right, so, these things are rated at 606 horsepower at the crank. And, we actually did some tuning and put this thing on a dyno. We were able to get it at the rear wheels. We were able to get 386 horsepower and 406 foot-pounds of torque. So, super awesome, you guys. With the gearing, with 542 gears on 40s, like that is huge, right? So, and you can definitely know when this thing is lit and gone. So it's super fun. 0 to 60, I think is somewhere in like 4.5 seconds. So pretty awesome for a Gladiator.
All right, so like Matt said, he dropped that 426 HEMI conversion from AMW. Obviously, that's quite the upgrade. Definitely one of the biggest and baddest upgrades we've made to the Blaze JT yet. What Matt didn't mention is that he's got this awesome new hood from Rock Monster. Now, one of the things about this hood was before adding it, Matt had the factory hood on this thing, and it just really trapped a lot of that heat from the 426 inside of the engine compartment, the frame, and it made things like the joints and the upper links on the front suspension overheat and wear out faster. So Matt was actually chasing some maintenance just due to heat in general. When he switched to this Rock Monster hood, as you can see, there's a front vent, there's these side vents. They're all functional, so they allow cool air to come in, allow that motor to breathe better, keep that heat dissipation high so that all that heat can get out of that area. So now he's not chasing maintenance with suspension joints, steering joints, things like that underneath. And also it's painted to match. It just adds a nice aggressive look to this Jeep. As you can see, it's got a lot of the factory lines from the Rubicon hood, has this hood scoop that looks like the factory 392 hood, and overall just allows that 426 to perform even better. So those two upgrades really go hand in hand, and I think this was a much needed piece for the Blaze JT. All right, so the third upgrade to the Blaze JT are these fancy, shiny new Beadlock wheels. They're from KMC Wheels. They're the Impact Forged Beadlocks, so they're lighter and stronger than the previous setup on Blaze. I think they offset the entire scheme of the Blaze JT really well, and they just make the wheel and tire package pop. The other cool part about them is they have the AMW logo in the beadlock rings, which kind of ties to that motor swap. It's a subtle way of saying, hey, this thing actually has something better than that 3.6 Pentastar that it came with. So super sick touch. I think they look amazing. Like I said, they really make this build pop, and I know Matt's been really happy with them as well. Now, wrapped around these 17-inch beadlock wheels is a fresh set of the 40-inch Nitto tire trail grappler. Guys, we've been running this tire for years. We try to put it on a lot of our builds, and if it's not in the 40, it's in various other sizes. But you already know we absolutely love the trail grappler. It's just a great all-around tire, great for street driving. It's nice and quiet on the highway, but it's very aggressive. It works amazing out here on the trails in Colorado. We're getting ready to put it to the test in the mountains here in just a couple weeks when we go do this big wheeling trip. But this tire has just performed so well for us over the years, and it's nice to have a fresh set underneath the Blaze JT.
All right, guys, so the last and final thing, the fifth thing that we did to the Blaze JT is we added an Atlas transfer case. And like I had said earlier, you know, when we put the 426 in, there was another upgrade that I knew I needed to do, and that was to get rid of that Rubicon transfer case. You know, that motor has a lot of power, and I really didn't want a chance snapping a chain, you know, when I'm on a big obstacle and I really need to put the power down. So we switched it out to an Atlas, you know, old school, gear to gear, you know, and, you know, this thing has a really long wheelbase. So sometimes it would have been really nice in other places to be able to do a front dig, pull this thing around, you know, so that way I don't have to back up as much, or, you know, like when I'm dropping off an obstacle and then there's a cliff in front of me, I can front dig that instead of trying to work it back and forth. So, you know, a lot of good things about the Atlas, guys, is how clean this install is. Okay, so I really wanted you guys to see what this looks like inside, you know, so that way you can see the parts that go inside of this, you know, not with all your covers on and the boots on it. You know, the cable's tucked down inside, very clean, very nice. The shifter bracket that they have built bolts into the factory position. It's all aluminum, you know, it works so nice, and it just, everything fits just the way it's supposed to. So, you know, I really, really love the way that Atlas has spent the time to make all of this look super clean inside.
So there you guys have it, the 5 upgrades to the Blaze JT that make this thing even better on and off-road. Drop me a comment below, let me know what you think of the recent additions we've made to this build, such as Matt's 426 AMW HEMI conversion or the Atlas transfer case. And as always, hit the like button if you did and subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, wander on.
Thanks for watching Driving Line. If you guys like this video, consider subscribing to our channel so you'll never miss any of the content we create here. Whether you're into trucks, Jeeps, imports, domestic vehicles, or anything in between, we are here to fuel your passion. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys next time.